Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we're playing some Esper control in Modern. We are not on the London Mulligan rule today. We are on the normal rule. This hand's not great, but we're going to keep it. We're going to start with a Flooded Strand on turn 1 and hopefully be able to hit something with this Opt. We're probably going to grab a Watery Grave, I want to say, to start with. Our opponent is mulliganing down to... Alright, never mind. We're going to keep this Flooded Strand on top. Our opponent mulliganed down to 2 cards. I think they're just probably going to concede here. Unless there's something I'm not seeing. Alright, I'm going to start with this Flooded Strand and pass the turn. Alright, our opponent, turn 1. Alright, they're just going to concede. Again, they mulligan down to 2, so I'm a little surprised there. So, not knowing what we're going to play against... Maybe we just run our main deck back. They're probably a combo deck, though, if they're mulliganing so aggressively. So maybe I want these Surgicals. Maybe the Unmoored Ego. Probably Dispel's okay here. We probably don't want these Fatal Pushes. I'm not sure what we're playing against. I'm just kind of guessing here. But I'm guessing some sort of combo. Let's run this and then maybe I want Thoughtseize. So if they are some sort of combo deck, our Teferis are going to be a little slow as well. Yeah, let's run 2 Thoughtseize. I cut a Verdict, 3 Fatal Push, and Teferi. That's just kind of my guess if we are playing a combo matchup. I think the Surgicals will be nice if we find those in our opening hand. Alright, this hand's keepable. Hopefully they're not able to turn 1 us. So we're going to keep it. Our opponent mulligan down to 6. I'm not sure what they're playing. They could be playing that new combo with the sack a creature. They play the green creature for free by exiling 2 green cards from their hand, and then they use the new card from War of the Spark to sack it and pot out Grizzlebrand. Then they use Nourishing Shoal to draw all their cards. So I'm not sure if people are still running that, not knowing that the mulligan rule changed. That could be the case. They put 1 card on bottom, but they did keep 6 cards here. Oh, and they're just Tron. Alright, so we got duped a little bit. Alright, so now my hand feels a little worse here. I guess we have Field of Ruin, which isn't bad. I'm going to just pay the 2 here and play out Nile Spellbomb. So we can at least sack it next turn. What's bad about this, though, is if they have the turn 3 Tron, we're not going to be able to use Field of Ruin to break it up. So we got to pray they don't have turn 3 Tron. Alright, they're going to draw a card off Chromatic Star. It's a green. So again, if they have the turn 3 Tron, we're probably in a little bit of trouble. Alright, Ancient Stirrings reveals an Urza's Tower. They're going to play the tower, which means they probably don't have the power plant, or they're just playing what they revealed. Alright, we'll pass the turn back. We'll see what they play next. If they don't play an Urza's land, okay, they have it all. Alright, I guess let's crack this and see if we can find anything. Alright, Esper Charm. So there's a small chance we can win from here, but it's highly unlikely. Alright, they're going to exile our Watery Grave. Alright, can we actually win from this spot is, I guess, kind of what I'm thinking. Our plan definitely changes post-board now. I'm surprised they mulliganed all the way down to 2, though. Alright, they must have another Karn. Or they're just really strict on taking out our mana. Alright, here's another Karn. Again, I don't think our chances are good. But we have to at least try. Maybe I should have just gave him this Dispel. Alright, there's a map. They're going to crack it. Probably grab a tower, I'd assume. Maybe start doubling up, grab a mine. Alright, they grabbed a forest here. Alright, so we can almost shut down Tron, but even if we shut it down, they're going to have a Karn Liberated. Alright, we're going to exile this Dispel. Alright, here's a Worm Coil. I don't think we can win from here, to be honest. Alright, there's a Thragtusk. Okay, we're going to concede. Yeah, there's no winning from that point. Okay, so let's take... I guess the paths are still fine. This Dispel can leave. The negates are fine. The cast down can probably leave. Yeah, probably leave. I don't have a lot for the Tron matchup, to be honest. Unworn Ego can come in. Teferi we probably want. Thoughtseize seems fine. If we're able to field one of their lands, we can Surgical it. So I guess Surgical seems fine. Surgical is one of those ones where we don't really want, but what else do we have? I guess we can bring in Kalida's, speed up our clock a little bit. This isn't really a matchup for Kaya, I don't think. Now Spellbomb at least cycles. I guess we want Detention Sphere. Purge is okay. I mean, Collective Brutality, not Purge. Purge is bad. Settle's useless. Fatal Push is useless. Verdict is okay, but I think just having a 1-of is fine. Surgical's kind of on the verge. Dispel we don't want. Kaya we don't want. Again, Cast Down's kind of one of those half and half cards. Unmoored Ego is fine, I think. Jace is probably fine. Teferi's good. Maybe I just cut an Nile Spellbomb. I guess I could have cut a Path to Exile instead. Alright, here's an Unmoored Ego. Alright, we're going to keep this. The reason we're keeping this is because we have a turn 3 Unmoored Ego, and our opponent cannot... They can't play Tron prior to turn 3. So, being that we're on the play and we won game 1, I'm hoping that'll get us to a victory. Again, it's not an instant win. It's just there's better chances. So they went down to 4 cards. So this is gonna feel pretty good for us, especially if they kept like Tron land, Tron land, Tron land, and then they had like a Karn. So they mulliganed down until they had it. The fact that we're gonna get the Unmoored Ego, whatever land they don't play out, is gonna feel pretty powerful. All right, that's fine. Alright, so they led with mine. Here's Blast Zone. Okay. That's an interesting one. I'm going to grab a Watery Grave here. I'm going to grab Watery Grave and cast Opt. Snapcaster can go on the bottom here. Path is fine. Now I'm going to grab a Hollowed Fountain, just play it tapped. Alright, now we can go Field of Ruin, blue, black, white. I'm thinking I want to name Tower here. Again, I just want to point out Unmoored Ego is any target. It just says choose a card name and then search your opponent's graveyard, library, and hand for up to 4 copies of that card. Then that player shuffles their library, and then for each card that was in their hand this way, Urza's Tower. For each card that was in their hand this way, they get to draw a card. Alright, so we're naming Urza's Tower. So they had another mine, they have Karn. Alright, so we're going to get all their towers out of their deck. Let me just make sure I selected all of them. Alright, 4 of 4 selected. Exile up to 4 of the chosen name. So they have a Karn, a Nature's Claim, and a Mine. I don't know what they thought we were going to bring in that they wanted Nature's Claim for. Alright, they have Ancient Stirrings, Thought-Knot Seer, Ulamog, Ballista. Alright, so we have threats we have to worry about, but... Alright, all their towers are exiled, and now I'm going to pass the turn back. So again, real quick, their hand was... show chat. Their hand was Mine, Karn, and Nature's Claim. And then they grabbed Forest. Alright, so they played Forest, they have Ancient Stirrings. And again, we have Path, so really any threat they end up being able to play, we can just kind of path it. Alright, they got Star here. They're probably just going to play the Star. Alright, so... we can get rid of Blast Zone if we wanted. They get a Forest out of it. I mean, their mines are basically dead cards at this point. We're definitely playing Creeping Tar Pit. So their hand is Mine, Karn, Nature's Claim, and whatever they draw off Star. So here I can hit Blast Zone. They search the library for a Forest. We get... I guess we can get like plains. We probably just want another island. We already have Hollowed Fountain. I'll grab a plains just in case. They might not have something, but I think I just want to play out this Nile Spellbomb. All right. So we're gonna take out Blast Zone. We'll grab a plains. I don't think it really matters because we have all our colors, but yeah, they're gonna cycle Star here. So they have one unknown. So again, the games are tied 1-1 right now. And as long as we get to untap, we're going to be able to have the choice of Esper Charm or holding up Cryptic Command. So we're pretty far ahead in this game. And again, they can't form Tron because we unmoored egoed all their Urza's towers. So now they played mine. Alright, here's Karn, the other Karn. Activated abilities of artifacts your opponent control cannot be activated until end of turn. Up to one target non-land artifact becomes an artifact with creature equal to power and toughness. And then you can choose an artifact outside the game and put that into your hand. Okay. So we can't use our Nile Spellbomb, which I recognized before I let this resolve. Alright, they played both of these. Alright, sorry, I was looking back in the game log to see if they played something from their hand, or if it showed what was in their hand. I just wanted to verify if they had this Karn or if they had the other Karn. Alright, so they're going to plus it. Okay. Alright, here's Polluted Delta. So they have the other Karn. I guess I need to specify now. Liberated. I didn't see if they had the combo of the lockout combo with Karn, but I think we just pass back here. I could snap Unmoored Ego, but I don't think that's really the play we want to do. I think we just want to be proactive with this Cryptic Command. And if not, then we can just Esper Charm as well. Because one thing we can do is bounce. Alright, they're going to choose an artifact outside the game. Alright, so they do have the lockout combo. They just have it in their sideboard, which is fine. Alright, here's a power plant, which we didn't know about. Alright, so now I think I just want to... So here's the thing. I can play Snapcaster Opt. Maybe I want to do that. So let's grab another Flooded Strand and just enter it tapped. We'll cast Snapcaster Opt, and then... I guess we don't want to do that. Hold on. Let's just draw two with Esper Charm. Oh, I didn't tap correctly. Alright, there's another Esper Charm, and here's a Detention Sphere. Alright, now I think we just pass the turn back. If they want to use their next turn to play the Lattice, we'll just counter it. And if not, we have things we can do. We can like Snapcaster and Snapcaster Esper Charm from our grave. And then we can just swing in and kill Karn. So I'm not too worried about Karn at the moment. This is a very powerful card though. Alright, they're going to Sylvan Scrying here. Alright, they're going to get Ghost Quarter. That way they can take out our Creeping Tar Pit, I'm assuming. The thing is, though, here we can just make them discard 2 cards. And then make them discard 2 cards again. So we know they have Lattice in their hand. Is that the better play? I guess it's better just to draw 2 probably here. Alright, now we have 2 counter spells up. So we have plenty to do. Alright, we're going to hit Karn here. So again, we have to be careful when we tap to make sure we're taking up Cryptic as well as leaving up Logic Knot. Because the first thing we counter will probably use Cryptic on. And we might even Cryptic bounce our Jace depending on how we... bounce our Snapcaster Mage depending on how we want to look at things. Like, they might just go for the Lattice here. Oh, okay, Wormcoil Engine. I'm not worried about that one. Yeah, so we're gonna path here. And what we can actually do here is, so let's see, we can Cryptic bounce their Ghost Quarter and then try and swing in with Creeping Tar Pit, but I don't feel like that's very good. I think we just want to draw a card here, or draw 2 cards. Alright, I'm going to fetch. I don't want to draw any more lands. Alright, so now we want to play... Maybe I just want to de-sphere the Karn and start swinging. And then we can leave up Cryptic to counter whatever their play is. That seems fine. Alright, we do have to be careful here though, because if they're able to double spell like 2 threats in a turn, that's concerning. If they play a creature, I'm not worried about that as much. An Ulamog, I guess, would be pretty destructive, but... So they have 8 mana here. Alright, here's a Karn. Alright, I think what I'm going to do here is... So they have Lattice and Nature's Claim in their hand. So here I'm going to counter Bounce. Counter this, bounce here. And then I'm going to replay my Snapcaster, hitting Esper Charm, making him discard their 2 cards in their hand. And then we have Logic Knot backup. Oh, I forgot about the... Alright, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I guess that's why they have Nature's Claim. I completely knew about that too. One thing we can do now, though, is if they don't get a card from exile, we can just cast Snapcaster at their draw step and then make them discard the 2 cards they have in their hand. So I guess I'm going to wait and see what they do with this Karn Liberated. Alright, they're going to choose an artifact from outside the game, so depending on what it is here, it's probably powerful, so I'm probably just going to Esper Charm. Yeah, they're going to grab a Wormcoil, which we don't actually care about. I do have to be careful here, though. So 1, 2... Alright, so I can do everything. Oh, now we have Cryptic, too. Alright, do I pause on their draw step and make them... And then we have Logic Knot backup? I guess not. I guess I should just make them do it now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's artifact only, right? So they're one land away from away from Ulamogging us, which isn't ideal. So I'm gonna cast Snapcaster here. I'm gonna target Esper Charm. I'm gonna cast Esper Charm, targeting our opponent to discard 2 cards. So black, white, blue. So there goes the Wormcoil and the Lattice. I'm sorry about the Nature's Claim. I knew about it. I don't know why I didn't see that play before. And I guess I just pass the turn and hope they don't draw 2 threats. I guess I could have played this Godless Shrine too. That was my bad. So we really have to hope they don't have 2 threats they can play this turn. And as long as that's the case, I think we're okay. Alright, here's a sphere. So they're probably going to sphere first. Then if they don't find something, I'm assuming they tick down Karn. Alright, they do tick down Karn here. If they grab a land, that means they found Ulamog. They grab a Wormcoil Engine. Okay. So that's alright. We're gonna count. Actually, we don't want to counter that. We don't need to. Alright, that's fine. We're just gonna Esper Charm. I mean, not Esper Charm, Path to Exile. I'm really bad with names today. I was playing Legacy last weekend and I also kept screwing up a bunch of names. Alright, we're gonna make them... Do we want to make them... I guess we can play Let's move to combat, see if this Karn gets taken care of. Alright, Karn's down finally. Yes. And again, this is my fault. Undo. 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 Blue, white, white, black. I mean blue. Do not listen to me. I am terrible, 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 terrible at names. So I don't care about their lands. I just care about Ulamog at this point. Alright, and we won the game. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.